And after a day off, Group D takes center stage as we welcome you to Day 3 of the FIBA Women's World Cup pre-qualifying tournament from the Kigali Arena in Rwanda. Aaron Sanders with you once again, and thank you for tuning in wherever you may be. All 4 teams in the Group D area took a day off when Group C took over yesterday, and those were outstanding games to say the least. Now you have 2 for the price of 1 again, as we're going to see Lebanon take on Great Britain in just a few moments, followed by the host team, Rwanda, taking on Argentina. So the first half of this game day features the 2 teams that lost in day 1 of competition. First with Lebanon, they lost to Rwanda 80-62, and they were led by their captain, Rebecca Kell, who had 16 points and flawless from the free throw line. But there were only 6 players out of Lebanon that scored in that group opener. And for Great Britain, they're trying to survive and avenge a 53-47 loss for which they faced against Argentina. Holly Winterburn, their captain as well, led the way with 11 points and 6 rebounds. But the one concerning factor out of both of these teams are the way they're picking their shots and their field goal percentage. Great Britain ended up with shooting nearly under 30% from the field, and Lebanon shot a shade under 40 with a total of 38.1%. Now, when you look at the stats in the first day of action, it seems like Great Britain has the edge on the boards. 45 rebounds compared to Lebanon's 31, and that is because they have a great front court along with greater guards. They're able to swing the ball around. But the question is, will Holly Winterburn get in the scoring groove early in the game? She suffered a dry run in the first few minutes of action, and it popped up again near the end of the game. We'll see what happens. And for Lebanon, their key thing is let Rebecca Akil work things out with Trinity Baptiste. That's their 1-2 punch, and it has to come into effect right on the tip-off. So both teams are being introduced. We'll step aside as Lebanon and Great Britain are set to do battle in a few minutes. We'll have the national anthems for both teams, and when we return, we'll have the starting 5 for both these teams. This is Aaron Sanders. You're watching the Rwanda leg of the FIBA Women's World Cup pre-qualifiers. Aaron Sanders on the call for Lebanon and Great Britain to kick off day 3 of the group phase in the Women's World Cup pre-qualifiers. The officials for today's game: from Canada, you have Christine Vuong. From Lithuania, you have Jausis Barkauskis and Haitham Irwakwav. Great Britain's starting 5 has their captain Holly Winterburn, who ended up with 11 points in that loss against Argentina, along with Shanice Beckford-Norton, Savannah Wilkinson, Harriet Otwell-Soulsby, and Samantha Ashby, which was one of those players that gets a blip on the radar as one of the players to watch today, as she averaged a near double-double in that loss against Argentina. 9 rebounds and 7 points. And Lebanon will start with Zelina Elias, Rebecca Kill, Perla Bou Nasir, Amar Mansour, who lit it up in the second half for Lebanon in that loss against Rwanda with 18 points, and Trinity Baptiste, for which a lot of eyes will be on today, who ended up with 11 points and 5 rebounds against Rwanda a couple of days ago. Those are your starting 5. We are minutes away from tip-off, and we hope you enjoy today's game day, rather. Lebanon's head coach, Ioannis Dimatakis, and Great Britain's head coach, Anna Montagnana, hoping to get back into the win column. Great Britain came into this tournament number 2 in the power rankings, and Lebanon number 4 in the power rankings. Great Britain 21st in the FIBA World Rankings, and Lebanon 51st in the world. These two teams have an 0-1. Plenty of Rwandan fans making the trip out early in the Kigali Arena as their national team will take on Argentina. The two teams that won on day 1 of competition will be the nightcap to day 3 of the FIBA Women's World Cup pre-qualifiers. Well-balanced scoring from Great Britain when they lost to Argentina, and Lebanon only had 6 players that scored. 5 players did not, and 1 did not play, and that was Reem El Ghali. So Zelina Elias will jump it up with Harriet Otwell-Soulsby. Great Britain wearing their dark navy jerseys with white and red trim and white numbers, and Lebanon will be wearing their white jerseys with red trim and numbers. And the tip-off is controlled by Great Britain, who will go from right to left, controlled by Beckford-Norton. Driving right out to the perimeter as Holly Winterburn sends it out to Ashby. Try to start things off from downtown, but misses. Beckford-Norton already with a rebound to get things going for Great Britain. One-legged jumper off the mark for Winterburn. And Trinity Baptiste comes up with the rebound for Lebanon, which got the fans' approval. And Baptiste was smothered by Beckford, Norton, and Wilkinson. Lebanon, too, have to share the ball. They only had 12 assists in that loss against Rwanda the other day. Driving underneath to the basket was Rebecca DeKeel, and that's how we start scoring here in day 3 of the Women's World Cup pre-qualifiers. The captain, rightfully so, getting the first 2 points on the board. 3 ball from Wilkinson, that's off. And Elias gets the rebound. Elias is one of the 2 centers for Lebanon. Meanwhile, Great Britain officially have none. So they're going to have to rely, when it comes to bigs, on Savannah Wilkinson and Otwell Soulsby, as Beckford Norton gets the shot right from the corner. We are even, just like how we started. Akil trying to put the moves on Beckford Norton, instead hands it off to Mansour. Mansour gets the nice screen from Elias, who gets the ball in return, almost falls out of bounds, and it's taken away by Otwell Soulsby. Winterburn finding Beckford Norton again. So it's Beckford Norton 4 and Akil 2. Lebanon shot 38% from the field. We'll see if they're able to improve that by getting close to the rack. 2 minutes gone by here in game day 3. Baptiste on the drive, in from a right, spots up from the free throw line and hits. There were 7 players that played in the Women's Asia Cup last year, and Trinity Baptiste is one of them, as she averaged 13 points. And just like that, she goes off the steal and goes off the give and go and kisses it off the glass. Good night. Baptiste responsible for 4 of Lebanon's 6 points, and they get the lead. Winterburn on the shovel pass to Ashby. Ashby fakes, kicks it out to Otwell Soulsby, who turns around and gets it down. Considering that both of these teams want to bounce back with a vengeance after losing their first group game, I would say this is a pretty nice start. Baptiste on the handoff. Bounasir back out to Baptiste, who gets it over Ashby. Trinity Baptiste is a firecracker here in the first 3 minutes in this game between Lebanon and Great Britain, my mistake. Pass out to Beckford Norton. That's a 3. That's short. Follows through with her own rebound and misses the teardrop. Rebound intended for Elias, but that goes out of bounds. If it's hard to believe, Lebanon is flawless in field goals. Great Britain shooting 38%. As Hannah Robb checks in for Beckford Norton. And an offensive foul gives the ball back to Lebanon with 6:27 to go. Lebanon placed 7th in last year's FIBA Women's Asia Cup. And a handful of that roster is playing for the national team, who are trying to punch their ticket to their very first World Cup. Matter of fact, both of these teams never made it to the World Cup. 3 ball, Akil, no good. Baptiste follows up with the rebound. 10 on the 24, Ashby gets met by the Elias screen. 2 on the clock, reverse layup off the mark for Mansour. And up the floor is Hannah Robb. Ashby with an in and out dribble. She was able to get the move on Akil, but in return, Mansour comes up with the steal and the layup. Amar Mansour gets on the board. She made 18 points along with 3 rebounds and 3 dimes in that loss against Rwanda. Ashby pulls up for 3. Rebound by Robb. Out to Wilkinson. Long shot doesn't go either. And Great Britain suffering from beyond the arc in the early stages of this game. It was a back-and-forth affair, but Lebanon has turned the Jets on and has been able to capitalize on great fast breaks, especially from that last play from Amar Mansour. A kill, trying to fight off Robb, and that's stripped by Wilkinson. Up ahead is Harrison. No. She was fouled on the way to the rack, which will send her to the line. Harrison with only 1 point against Argentina. She hits the first. Be a part of the YouTube Premium membership that FIBA has to offer for just 99 cents a month. Outstanding features like custom avatars, badges, and exclusive content like a Q&A session with the FIBA experts. FIBA now has a Discord server, so be sure to partake into that today. As Wilkinson knocks down both free throws, or Shauna Harrison, I should say. It is 11-8. In favor of Lebanon. Halfway in the first quarter. Baptiste steps on the line, backcourt violation. And that's just great blustering and pestering defense from Savannah Wilkinson. Winterburn in trouble. Met by Bounasir. Gets the ball back. Whips it to the near side. Here's Hannah Robb going through 2 white shirts, and she gets swallowed up easily. Oh, look out. Perla Bounasir driving right in and got hit on the way. So there she is on the interception. And Holly Winterburn going with the intentional foul. Lebanon leading 11-8. Elias smothered by Price, who just checked in for Ottawa Soulsby. And a now dribble, a kill. She fires it and way off. And Winterburn contains the rebound, goes behind the back on Mansour. Sends it off to Wilkinson, who tries to follow through on the rebound, but Elias was there right before her. A kill going off the screen as Baptiste passes it to Mansour. Trying to go underneath, and that's taken away. Harrison off the steal, and here's Winterburn. 3-ball, Wilkinson, in and out. And Great Britain is suffering in the field goal range. And Trinity Baptiste slips, but she was checked right before that. Hannah Robb trying to meet Baptiste before she went to the lane, but gives Great Britain their 5th foul, which puts them over the limit. So the next foul will put Lebanon at the line. It is 11:11 Eastern time. 5:11 local time. Drive, a kill, and Robb takes it. Far side, Winterburn trying to get away from a kill. Price to Winterburn. And she can't make the three. Picked up by Harrison and had that rejected. 3 minutes to go, opening quarter. Underneath is Price. And Great Britain will have to go to the free throw line in order to get some points up on the board. Perlabu Nasir, incidentally, blocked the shot on Harrison a few moments ago. Lebanon shooting 55.6%. Great Britain 21.4%. Most of their shots have been from the mid-range or out. Maya Price getting it down. Ended up with 10 points while shooting 67% from the field and at the line on Monday. And the second free throw goes down to make it 11-10. Great Britain now down by 1. And the tempo of the game has slowed down significantly in the last few minutes. It was a back and forth affair in the first 3 minutes. Akil looking for help, found it from Elias as she drives to the rack and sends it into Mansour underneath. So Amar Mansour picks up another field goal to make it 13-10. Mansour at the moment has 4 points. Trinity Baptiste leading the scoring with 7. And a rob off to Harrison. Another corner three miss, but Winterburn's able to put it right back up as she gets fouled. First free throw up and in for Holly Winterburn, the youngest player on the national team, well, for the London Lions in this year's Euro Cup, as she averaged 13 points as she misses the second free throw. Great Britain down by 2. And Seward to Elias at the top of the key. It's out to Bou Nasir for 3. So not only Bou Nasir has a block, but she could add 3 to her arsenal as Lebanon expands this lead to 5 until Wilkinson went underneath and got the banker. Back to a 3-point game with 1:35 to go. Trinity Baptiste has been silent for the last few minutes, but with Perlabu Nasir and Rebecca Ackle holding the reins for a little bit, that's okay. Baptiste pulls up and misses as Wilkinson sends it over to Winterburn. No look pass to Wilkinson, and it ends up with Harrison missing the 3. Another chance for Wilkinson and Great Britain. Again, they're going for the outside shots and not attacking the rack. That has to say a lot about Lebanon's defense, as they've been able to spread the floor. Robb has to put it up with 1 on the shot clock, and it hits off the glass and only that. Mansour, one of the top players in the first quarter. To the captain. Akil for 3. Off. And Wilkinson, with a great box out, is able to help Great Britain get it back. A difference of 2 seconds on the shot clock and the game clock. Winterburn had some rough shooting performances in this pre-qualifiers. We'll see what she could do in the second quarter. Winterburn goes for the teardrop. That's short. Final seconds as Akil unable to get it to Baptiste in time. And at the end of the first quarter, Lebanon leads 16-13 against Great Britain. Second quarter between Lebanon and Great Britain as Lebanon leads 16-13 as we get underway in the second quarter. Trinity Baptiste has the ball. She led scoring with 7 points, and Lebanon have been taking it to the rack but haven't been able to finish. Great Britain, on the other hand, not only they have not been attacking, but they've had a bad shooting performance in the first quarter, shooting 20% from the field, and most of those shots came from three-point territory. They attempted 10 as Lebanon takes it back. Here is Trinity Baptiste. Baptiste lost control of the ball, Rob diving for the loose ball, and here is Teresa Da Silva, who checked in during the break. Rob thought about the three, slows it down, gets the screen from Price. Here's a spot-up jumper. That's good for Wilkinson. And sometimes those extra passes work out as Great Britain are now within one. Baptiste slithers through and draws the foul on Da Silva. Baptiste heading to the line. One of the top 10 players to watch in the Rwandan leg of the pre-qualifier tournament as she misses her first free throw. 7 points and 2 rebounds. As she splits the pair, and it stays a one-possession game. It goes back to Lebanon. Off the turnover out of the inbound pass. Nice spin around pass to Ida Bakos, and she is stripped by Otwell Salisbury, but Trinity Baptiste is there to clean up the damage. So Trinity Baptiste with 3 straight points. They give Lebanon a 19-15 lead early on in the second. Da Silva, Otwell Salisbury, along with Robb, Harrison, and Price are the 5 for Great Britain, and Winterburn checks back in. She had a few minutes rest in between quarters and the first 2 minutes here in the second. Akil, Bakos, Bounasir, Mansour, and Baptiste are on the floor for Lebanon. Bounasir in trouble, trying to go through the grapevine, but instead gets contact. So Da Silva and Winterburn were pretty much the wall that Bounasir was trying to break through. On the plus side for Great Britain, they're out-rebounding Lebanon as Trinity Baptiste makes it 5 straight points in this run alone. 21-15 the score. Great Britain's only advantage of the rebound game as they are edging Lebanon 15-10 now. Winterburn saying to slow it down. She's looking for a screen with 7 on the 24. Here comes that screen. It's from Otwell Salisbury. Out to Harrison. Corner 3. That is short. And that has been their woes since the tip. Mansour trying to bust through. And Lebanon comes up with a turnover as Bounasir is called for traveling. We played almost 3 minutes in the second quarter, as Maria Haleb checks in for Bunasir. Ashby looking for Price, and that goes off her fingertips. 7:09 in the second quarter. Rough shooting for both of these teams, but Lebanon has been using their depth to swing it inside. Shot by Akil, no good. Ashby thought about pulling up for the triple, gives it to Winterburn instead. Ashby with a second chance. Did not give the pass to Price. Harrison in from the left. That is no good. There has been a seal or a lid on Great Britain's basket, as this rejected by Otwill Soulsby. This is the first chance seeing Great Britain on their transition game, as Maya Price will head to the charity stripe. Maya Price gets the first to make it 21-16. Beckford Norton in for Harrison. And El Hassani checking in for Rebecca Akil on Lebanon's side. Both free throws go down for Maya Price, as they are down 21-17. Price with 4 points, all of them at the line. El Hassani in trouble. And that's another foul on Great Britain, their third personal, or their third team foul. And Winterburn has been using most of her shoulders for her fouls. And she has to be careful, have to lower her shoulders just a little bit so she can use her hands. Trinity Baptiste goes underneath again, but is met by three blue shirts who were able to close down. Nice footwork from Beckford Norton. Ashby back to Beckford Norton, guarded heavily by Mansour. She flings it up, and that's no good. Great Britain shooting under 20%. They only made 5 field goals out of a possible 26. That is worrisome for that side. Meanwhile, that three is a miss, with Lebanon shooting 45%, 9 of 20. Some activity between Maria Haleb and Maya Price. And Haleb called for the foul. Both of these teams have their shooting woes, as Ashby trying to separate herself from the defense. Beckford Norton from the left side can't hit it. Yeah, Great Britain doing a better job going to the rack, but they have not found the hole. And for Lebanon, they have been spacing themselves out more as they try to attempt mid-range and long-range jumpers. No look pass to Amar Mansour, who gets it. And Anna Montiana calling a timeout for Lebanon, for Great Britain, as Lebanon leads 24-17. It's a low-scoring affair. Neither team shooting exceptionally well, but Lebanon is able to balloon their lead to 7. Not the best scoring performance from both of these teams. However, Trinity Baptiste has 12 points for Lebanon along with 3 rebounds. And for Great Britain, it is a 3-way tie between Beckford, Norton, Wilkinson, and Price, who have 4 apiece. Well, the big story has been their shot choices. 27 attempts, only made 5 field goals. 11 of those attempts were from three-point land. And Great Britain thought they had a backcourt violation, but it was last touched by Lebanon as Winterburn pulls up and gets the first 3 for Great Britain. And this time, as the shot clock was winding down, they were able to prepare as Beckford Norton got her hand caught in the cookie jar and picks up her second personal. So that puts Great Britain over the limit in fouls, which will limit Beckford Norton's minutes, I'm sure, as Hannah Robb is set to check in. Elias had her pass slip away from her fingertips, and here is Winterburn feeding it off the Robb. It's out to Ashby, who tried at a 3, doesn't have it go for her. Winterburn gets close, and that show goes in and out. Tip in, no good, as Wilkinson and Winterburn had a piece of that, and they will get another chance to cut this to either 2 or 1, depending on this trip. And Great Britain getting a lot of room to cut. So I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to go inside the paint for this trip. Winterburn, another 3, that's good. So back-to-back triples for Holly Winterburn brings Great Britain within 1. Lebanon ice cold in their shots in the last little while Great Britain appears to be heating up from one of their vices, three-point land. They're heating up from there. And Ashby fouls El Hassani with 4.2 seconds on the shot clock. Remember, all the other fouls from Great Britain will send Lebanon to the charity stripe. 3:26 until halftime, as El Hassani calmly knocks down the first. And wastes no time getting the second one off, but she misses it, and it's followed up by Bakos. Six on the 24. Akil trying to drive, lost control, 2 on the clock. Bakos has to put it up, and she's not able to do that. It's a shot clock violation thanks to the smothering defense of Great Britain right at the key. Hannah Robb started it by diving near the ball, but it was Winterburn and Robb getting right up to force the double team with seconds to go. Oh, Ashby got some ankles, and Price gets it to go. We are tied at 25. Left Lebanon high and dry. And we are tied for the first time since the first few minutes of the first. El Hassani playing the guard and feeds it underneath to Akil. So Rebecca Akil able to get that backdoor cut from the far side to make it 27-25. She has 4s all around, and Great Britain gets their first lead as Ashby gets it to go. 28-27 the score with 2:25 to go. Great Britain piling it up from downtown. Great Britain all of a sudden have found their game as they have become more comfortable driving to the basket and picking their shots. And that is evident with Samantha Ashby and Holly Winterburn connecting on 9 of Great Britain's 11 points since their timeout halfway into the second quarter. It is an 11-3 run for Great Britain, and they are ahead by 1 as Wilkinson unable to save it. Matter of fact, it looks like Lebanon touched it last. Yep, it's off the feet of Elias. And Great Britain shot themselves in the hole until this player came along and took care of business in the second quarter. Winterburn misses the 3. Great Britain has not led since the 8-minute mark in the first quarter, and they are able to respond with a vengeance since that timeout from their head coach Anna Montagnana with 4:57 to go in this quarter. Winterburn, who has the hot hands, already has 2 threes to her name here in the second. And trying to share the wealth with Robb, and she does. So Hannah Robb makes it 31-27, Great Britain. In their loss against Argentina, they only spotted up for 47 points. On this pace, they could pass 63. Forced shot from a kill is a no-go as Winterburn rushes through. And Lebanon down to their last fouls to give in the quarter as Winterburn gets that nice touch to Wilkinson underneath. Under a minute to go as Winterburn gets the ball, goes off the triple threat, drives through the lane, and misses the teardrop, but she has 2 free throws coming up. Bunasir checking in for El Husani before the inbound. Halftime is coming up. And then after this game, it will be Rwanda versus Argentina. 2 of the winners in day 1 of competition squaring off as fans continue to file in at the Kilbilly Arena in Rwanda to root on their national team. Winterburn goes 0 for 2 at the line. Winterburn filling up her stat sheet with 7 points and 6 rebounds. The fake by Baptiste as she tries to get through Winterburn, pulls up instead and misses. Ashby brings it up for Great Britain. Around to Price for 3, that is off. And Ashby follows through. An offensive rebound for Great Britain. They are edging Lebanon on the boards. 6 to shoot. Basket won't count as Bunasir is called for the foul. Both teams over the limit for the final 13 seconds in the half. Take a quick look at the offensive rebounds. 14-9 in favor of Great Britain as Winterburn connects on the first. And Great Britain has a plus 11 advantage over Lebanon on the boards, 26-17 overall. My mistake, that's a plus 9. And it stays with Great Britain. And with all the action going on, we get a quick timeout with 11 seconds to go. Great Britain will have the ball when we return. Great Britain possession with 11 seconds until halftime. They are holding on to a 5-point lead. Eight seconds. Winterburn catch and shoot as she hits it off the front. 3 seconds to go. Stolen by Rob, and that ends the first half. Great Britain not only being a bully on the boards, but they have the advantage.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are all on the same team.
We have the power to change lives through basketball.
Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin,
basketball
can bring everyone together.
Basketball for good.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are all on the same team.
We have the power to change lives through basketball.
Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together. Basketball for good.
Lebanon and Great Britain has caused some low scoring, but it's Great Britain who leads by 5 as we are underway here in the third quarter. Aaron Sanders on the call, and day 3 of the FIBA Women's World Cup pre-qualifiers. Only Group D is playing as Group C takes the day off. Group D had their day off yesterday, so it's only 4 teams doing battle here today, including these 2 squads. Holly Winterburn woke up in the second quarter with back-to-back triples. She has a total of 8 and leads Great Britain in scoring. She has the ball and now dumped it off to Wilkinson, who goes in for the layup, and that is missed. Backo's on the rebound. Lebanon led by 3 at the end of the first quarter, but they got crushed in rebounds. They gave up 15 offensive rebounds in the first half, a total of 27. Trinity Baptiste, the leading scorer. She has 12 points. She sends it to Mansour, who flings it, and it doesn't hit anything. Wilkinson looks up the floor and decides to hand it off to Ashby. Ashby underneath. Mansour pokes it away as she hits the floor. Akil with 4 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. 4s all around as she misses the 3. And Baptiste bullies her way for the rebound, but misses the second chance. She was the only one from Lebanon underneath the rack. Shanice Beckford-Norton trying to go for 2, and she missed it. She missed most of the second quarter after picking up her second personal at the start of that quarter. Baptiste trying to back down Wilkinson, but is called for traveling. And that is Baptiste's third turnover. Scoring rise, Great Britain shooting 26%. Lebanon shooting just under 40%. Remember, at the start of the game, Great Britain tried to match Lebanon with their three-point shots, but they did not fare well. They have made 4 out of a possible 19, and they are working their way right into the rack, just like Harriet Otwell Soulsby just did, as she goes in for the deuce. She has 4 points and 3 rebounds as Great Britain leads by 7. 2 minutes gone by here in the third. Rebecca Akil trying to spur Lebanon into a comeback. Nice crossover dribble, and that pass intended for Boo Nasir sails out of bounds. Baptiste with 12 points, Mansour with 7. And only 5 players have scored for Lebanon. There was a total of 6 players that scored in their loss against Rwanda on Monday. Dribble drive to the paint, Wilkinson. And she's going to head to the line. And this has been Great Britain's game since halfway in the second quarter, where their head coach Anna Montagnana called a timeout at the 4:57 mark. And from that point, they went on an 11-3 run as Wilkinson makes the first free throw. And on that 11-3 run, they were able to rely on Winterburn, who scored back-to-back triples after that timeout. And Wilkinson, good as gold on both free throws, to make it 36-27. 9-point edge for Great Britain. Lebanon now looking for answers at the rack. Akil with 4 points. She's joined by Bakos, Boo Nasir, Mansour, and Baptiste. 5 to shoot. Mansour out. Layup is good as Boo Nasir gets it. Lebanon struck first when it comes to attacking the basket with Trinity Baptiste, but with her outside of the lane, Lebanon has to pile it up. As Mansour tried to find Baptiste at the hole, and she throws that away. Otwell Soulsby off the steal. Winterburn finding Beckford-Norton as she goes to the other end of the basket. Ashby misses the 3. And back comes Rebecca Akil, the captain for Lebanon, as she is fouled by Savannah Wilkinson. And Wilkinson comes up with her first personal of the night. And the crowd becoming vocal here at the Kigali Arena and Rwanda as their national team will play after this game. It'll be Rwanda and Argentina, 2 of the teams that won their first game in group competition on Monday. As Great Britain gets the possession again. Rwanda topping Lebanon 80-62 on Monday, and Argentina losing to Great Britain 47. Otwell Soulsby trying to back down, go for the jump hook, missed it. Missed her second chance, but she was met by the contact as she heads to the line. Quick correction on those scores on Monday. Rwanda topping Lebanon and Argentina topping Great Britain. Otwell Soulsby makes the second. It is an 8-point lead for Great Britain. Ida Backos. Now it's a kill up top. Gets the pick from Baptiste. Here's Mansour for three, in and out. Ashby trying to break away from Mansour. Finds Winterburn instead. Wilkinson underneath to Otwell Soulsby, and that's taken away. A kill on the run. 3-on-2 for Lebanon. Backos all the way. Ida Backos helps Lebanon break the 30-point mark as we played nearly 5 minutes in the third. Winterburn eyeing a triple-double, 8, 7, and 7, as she's able to get the ball back before it was picked off by a kill. As she tight ropes the sideline, she sends it to Baptiste. Baptiste going coast to coast and was just short as she hits it underneath the rim. All alone is Beckford Norton, waiting for her teammates to get back on the other end. As Winterburn goes with a chest pass to Ashby. Ashby in trouble, finds Wilkinson. 6 on the 24. Beckford Norton puts it on the ground. Circus layup no good. Tip in no good. Otwell Soulsby trying to save the ball. And she's able to, as one of the Lebanese players stepped out of bounds. Great Britain 38, Lebanon 31. Great Britain able to get a bucket underneath to make it 40-31. And just received word that Rwanda President Kagame has made his appearance in the game. Baseball pass from Winterburn, was looking for Wilkinson, and Baptiste was able to touch it before they were able to get the fast break. Great Britain was in trouble as Ashby able to get away from it off of that triple threat. Winterburn trying to go for the back tap, but Backos was there to pick it up. Baptiste to a kill. A kill, spinning right into the lane, puts it up, and she gets the foul. Under 4 to go. More substitutions being made. Wilkinson on the foul. Sends a kill to the free throw line. 4 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. And Samantha Ashby checks out for Shauna Harrison. And a kill delivers on the second free throw. A 7-point game. Winterburn putting the moves on Mansour. Winterburn At the hot hand in the second quarter. Gives it up to Maya Price. Was able to get fouled. First free throw is good for Harrison. And the second one. Remember, she was fouled outside beyond the arc, so she gets 3. And Harrison so far 2 for 2. Make that 2 for 3 as the lead has expanded to 9. So Shauna Harrison has given Great Britain their largest lead today. 3 ball for Backos, which is an air ball. Lebanon with 1 foul to give, Great Britain with 2 as we approach 3 minutes. Maya Price changed her mind on the screen. Winterburn slicing in, gets her own rebound, and was looking for the pass, but that back pass was stripped by a kill. Lebanon looking to cut away at this lead. They are down by 9. Akil, the captain, to Baptiste, the leading scorer. Out to Marguerite Toros, who's getting her first few minutes of action in this game, and she drives right in for the 2. Maya Price to Wilkinson. Wilkinson with her 6th point. The other end is a kill for 3. No. Baptiste trying to follow with the rebound, but a kill all alone for her own rebound. Baptiste tries a 3. That doesn't go. A risky move for Trinity Baptiste to go outside and try the 3. Great Britain shooting 28%, Lebanon 38%. Winterburn at the elbow. It's rare that we have seen her near the lane as Akil comes up with it. She goes behind the back, draws contact. And a hard take. And Shauna Price, the only one beating Akil to the basket, lost her off the behind the back dribble. Akil heads to the foul line. Neither team shooting well from downtown as Akil gets the first. Lebanon shooting 30% from outside, Great Britain 20. And Baptiste follows up with a rebound and the bucket. Minute and 30 left in the third. Great Britain ahead by 6. Baptiste just picked up her 14th point. She ended up with 11 in that loss against Rwanda on Monday. The teardrop doesn't go for Shauna Harrison, but she heads to the line to shoot a pair. Misses the first. Harrison goes 1 for 2 to make it 45-38, Great Britain. Screen from Bakos as Baptiste gets the ball. Mansour for 3, short. And Ashby clears it. Nice screen from Maya Price. Out to Ashby. Ashby pulls and delivers. Samantha Ashby finally getting into a scoring groove as she brings Great Britain up to a 10-point lead. Timeout called by Lebanon with under 50 seconds to go here in quarter number 3. Lebanon with the ball, and they are down by 10 as we approach the final 46 seconds here in the third quarter. Great Britain was able to avenge a rough shooting display in the first quarter as they were able to bounce back and with great decisions around the perimeter. Here's Toros for 3, misses it from the corner. Ashby secures the board for Great Britain. Wilkinson to the hole, fouled by Bakos. Good opportunity for the Brits. As they approach the line for free throws. With that, Amon Mersour with the foul, and there's a technical foul on the bench. So the technical free throw is missed. And we see Savannah Wilkinson heading to the line to shoot the regular 2, in which she makes the first. Great Britain trying to bounce back after a heartbreaking 53-47 loss to Argentina. They're doing that at the moment. Mind you, there's an extra quarter to play. They lead 50-38. Lebanon making one last stop here in the third. A kill in the final seconds. Flings it away off one hand, no good. Final seconds as Ashby just throws it up. And at the end of the third quarter, the score, Great Britain
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are all on the same team.
We have the power to change lives through basketball.
Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin,
basketball
can bring everyone together.
Basketball for good.
Another good third quarter for Great Britain as they were able to edge Lebanon 18-11. They lead by 12 as we head into the fourth quarter. Aaron Sanders here on the call for the Women's World Cup pre-qualifiers. It's all Group D action today with the other game coming up in an hour and change. Lebanon trying to bounce back after losing 80-62 to Rwanda. They are down by 12. And Ada Bakos was met by Sam Ashby. 5 on the 24. And they have to hurry up, and they get a 5-second violation because they weren't able to give it to Trinity Baptiste or anybody up top. So Great Britain pushing down on their defense. They had 3 blue shirts on the inbounder, which forced her to take too much time. Ashby gets it back, but misses the corner 3. Ball last touched by Amar Mansour as it stays with Great Britain. Ashby cutting in from the right side, kisses it off the bank and in. And Sam Ashby delivers on her 8th point, 3 of 8 from the field along with 7 rebounds. Great Britain shooting 31% from the field as they get their first foul of the fourth quarter. And the foul sends Rebecca Kill to the line. And gets down the first. The Kill with her 8th point, 4 of 5 from the line. A rough scoring display as far as field goal percentage is concerned, 2 of 13. 8 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. As Lebanon is down by 13. Here's Shauna Harrison breaking away from the triple team. Sam Ashby getting close. 1 on the shot clock. A 3 doesn't hit, but Ashby's there for an offensive rebound. They have been piling it up in the rebound department throughout the entire game. Wilkinson, Robb, Harrison, Price, and Ashby, the 5 for Great Britain. 8:29 to go. They are out-rebounding Lebanon 43-25. 20 of those rebounds have come off the offensive glass. And a Robb serves one up. As they come up with their largest lead of the game, 15-point lead. As Great Britain gets another chance off an offensive foul. Leading the way for Great Britain, a 2-way tie between Winterburn and Wilkinson. 10 points apiece. Winterburn is a rebound and 2 assists away from the first triple-double in the Women's World Cup pre-qualifiers from Rwanda. And Trinity Baptiste leads Lebanon with 14 points and 5 rebounds. But there hasn't been a lot of work inside of the paint outside of her on Lebanon's case. Rita shoots, spot up jumper, no good, but The foul by Baptiste gives Great Britain a chance to add 2 more points. So that sends Savannah Wilkinson to the line, who has 10 points already. Make that 11. This is her 6th trip to the line. Wilkinson ended up with 2 points and 9 rebounds in that loss against Argentina. She has made good of that. She has 12 points along with the 5 rebounds. As Great Britain has been able to strike back with a vengeance for most of this game. It was a back and forth affair in the first quarter, but Great Britain was able to power through in the second quarter with a strong second quarter as they were able to wake up and supply an 11-3 run. And they have not looked back ever since. Winterburn checks in for Harrison as Boo Nasir up and in for the first. And the second, 56-41. As Price gives it right back to Winterburn. It was an outpour of shots for Winterburn in the second quarter. And now she is knocking on the doorsteps of a triple-double. Underneath is Wilkinson, and she heads to the line. Wilkinson with their 7th and 8th free throw on the way. The line scores by quarter: Lebanon 16-13 in the first quarter, Great Britain 19-11 in the second, and 18-11 in the third. They are currently up 7-3 in the fourth quarter, while maintaining a 57-41 lead overall. And Wilkinson continues to be solid at the line. She is now 8 of 8 for a total of 14. Three minutes have gone by here in the fourth. Lebanon's field goal percentage has dropped to 37%. They have been no match to the rebounding game for Great Britain, as Selena Elias gets her first bucket of the game. And Great Britain has been dominating because of great players that can slash to the rack like Savannah Wilkinson. She is on fire in the second half, as she delivers on her 16th point, the game's leading scorer. As Elias tried to go for 2 more, she got hacked by Price. And Harriet Otwell Salisbury returns for Great Britain. This is the FIBA Women's World Cup pre-qualifying tournament from Rwanda. There are 2 legs in the pre-qualifiers. This is one of them, and Mexico's the other. Craig Fata on the call for most of the games emanating from Mexico, and then Justin Taylor, Jacinta Govin, Michael Cerroti, and I on the call for the Rwandan leg. I have the call for most of the games, and Justin Taylor will be back on the call later on this week. I'll have both games from Rwanda today as Holly Winterburn knocks down another triple. Winterburn has stepped it up from her performance against Argentina the other day as she rings it up for her 13th point. Now is a rebound and an assist away from a triple-double. Foul underneath as a kill went on the left side. Great Britain heating up from three-point land. There is 1 point where they missed their first 10 three-pointers. They are now 6 of 24 for a total of 25%, 33% from the field compared to Lebanon, who is also shooting 25% from downtown, 38%. And a kill makes the first. So this is the second. Baptiste follows up on the rebound. Both teams over the foul limit the rest of the way, which sends Baptiste to the free throw line. And if Lebanon wants to start a comeback, they have to rely on Trinity Baptiste. And I would assume Zelina Elias to be more aggressive, as this Great Britain team is hard to match on the glass. Baptiste knocks down her 16th point. Three of 4 from the field. Leading scorer for Lebanon. As a kill underneath with 9 points and 6 rebounds. So all fouls sends the teams to the free throw lines for the rest of the way. That's why we see Shanice Beckford-Norton returning. Coming up next, Rwanda versus Argentina. Two teams that started out their group play in the win column. We'll see who will go up 2-0 in Group D play as we are 90 minutes away from tip-off. Rana El Hassani over to Akil near the near side as El Hassani gets it back. 5 on the 24. Akil fakes, dribbles, drives, serves it up. El Hassani gets it at the shot clock buzzer. So El Hassani was aware of the shot clock as she delivers her 4th point of the game, halfway into the 4th. And a turnover brings the ball back to Lebanon. Follow up on more information of the FIBA Women's World Cup, which will emanate from Germany in 2026. Be sure to follow them at FIBA WWC. Approaching the final 4 minutes of this game as Akil gets inside, passes it into Baptiste, who gets that easy shot. Jump hook is good. It's a timeout by Great Britain as they now lead by 12. Lebanon as they trail 65-53. In Group D competition. Looking ahead, Lebanon will face Argentina tomorrow, and Great Britain will meet the host team Rwanda in the nightcap of the final group day in the Women's World Cup pre-qualifiers. Winterburn, no looks underneath to Otwell Soulsby, counted in a foul. It was an easy look for Winterburn as she picks up a double-double. All she needs is to get a rebound, and she has hit the first triple-double in this pre-qualifier tournament. And Otwell Soulsby misses the and one, pulled down by El Hassani, who has 4 points. Trinity Baptiste, the leading scorer for Lebanon. She has 18. A kill stopped by two blue shirts, and El Hassani continues the three-point rage as it's now a 67-56 game. Shot grazes the rim, or grazes the backboard, I should say, with 4 minutes left. Winterburn serves it, and El Hassani hits the deck. As Harriet Otwell Soulsby ran into her and picked up the offensive foul. El Hassani heating up in the final moments of this game. As Ida Bakos checks in for Elias. An 11-point game. El Hassani feeding it to Baptiste. Trinity Baptiste now at the 20-point mark as Lebanon continues to chip away at this lead with 3:30 remaining. Winterburn driving in from the right side, kicks it right out to Ashby, the corner three. It's good! Sam Ashby keeping Lebanon away from getting back as it's 70-58. The 7th three-pointer hit by Great Britain in this game. They started out 0 for 10. They're now 7-25. Akil steps in and puts it off and in. Back to a 10-point game. Full court pressure applied, broken as Wilkinson gets the inbounds pass. Winterburn ahead. Wilkinson hands it to Ashby. Ashby breaks free from her defender, serves it up off the glass, off the mark, but fouled. Ashby hits the first as Ida Bakos picks up her 4th personal. And Ashby gets the second free throw. 13 points and 9 rebounds for Ashby as she made a huge difference here in the second half. Akil pulls up from the line. That is short. Rebound pulled down by Baptiste. Another offensive board for Lebanon. Baptiste has to work on Wilkinson herself. Shot clock winding down. Here's Bakos as she gets it from downtown. Winterburn almost picked by Mansour. 3-possession game, 2 minutes to go. Robb with the ball. Robb with 5 to shoot. Underneath, Wilkinson, could that be the dagger? It's pulled down by Mansour. Lebanon racing to the end of the floor. Baptiste in for 2. And it is a comeback for Lebanon like you wouldn't believe. Trinity Baptiste responsible for that as she's been getting easy looks underneath the 10. It is 72-65. Timeout called by Great Britain. A 12-7 run for Lebanon has brought them back into the game with under 2 minutes to go. They are trailing 72-65. Great Britain to inbound. And Trinity Baptiste has been responsible for Lebanon's comeback with 22 points. For Great Britain, they are led by Savannah Wilkinson's 16 points, Samantha Ashby's 13 points, and Holly Winterburn's near triple-double with 13 points, 11 assists, and 9 rebounds. And Great Britain will inbound it side out. 1 second has gone by out of the timeout. Rwanda and Argentina coming up in an hour and 20 minutes. Cross-court pass ahead to Ashby. Winterburn to Rob. Rob off the screen of Wilkinson. Trying to find Winterburn, nearly intercepted, and they turn it over. Maya Price unable to go for the tap pass. And now Lebanon in the driver's seat, knocking on the door, telling Great Britain, we're not going away that easily. 90 seconds left in regulation. Both teams are over the foul limit. Rebecca Ekill to Bakos. El Hassani, who caught fire from three-point land earlier. Shot underneath is good for Bakos. A lot of patience pays things off as Great Britain is now up 72-67. Bakos with 7 points. Final minute of play in the fourth. Price looking for room. Wide open, Rob driving right in. Can't get it. And Ekill saves it. Over to Baptiste. Baptiste loses control. And hold the phone, everybody. It is a foul on Winterburn. Trinity Baptiste will head to the line to chip away at this lead and make it a one-possession game again. Baptiste, more or less, it could have gone either way. It could have been a kickball by her or a foul on Winterburn. This time the foul is on Winterburn as she picks up her third personal. 44 seconds to go. Baptiste at the line. As she gets the first free throw. She made it look easy. Good on the second. 72-69, 41 seconds to go. Winterburn trying to break free as she approaches the front court. Guarded heavily by El Hassani. Screen from Price. It's out to Ashby. Robb driving. Ashby from the line. She's got it. A big shot from Ashby gives Great Britain a 5-point lead with under 24 seconds to go. That may be the dagger. Sam Ashby's go-ahead jumper with 24 seconds left gave Great Britain a 5-point lead, and not a lot of time for Lebanon to bounce back. But anything could happen as El Hassani will throw it in. Straight away to Baptiste. 8 on the 24. Akil driving, splitting, and scores! Rebecca Akil, who appears to be holding on to her leg, can cut it to 2 with 15.2 seconds to go. And Lebanon still in a tough situation because even if they make it, they have to apply a full court press and hope that they could limit Holly Winterburn's dribble, try to keep her from entering the front court because she has a way of entering the front court in an instant. So the foul is on Maya Price. They'll get the free throw with 15 seconds. And it's a timeout called by Great Britain. Never mind, they return to the floor. Akil with the biggest free throw in the game. And she's got it. Full court pressure will be applied by Lebanon as Great Britain will now take their timeout. They will inbound the ball from midcourt with 15.2 seconds to go. We'll be right back. On with 15 seconds to go. Great Britain with the ball as they will inbound it from the sidelines. But Lebanon exploding in the fourth quarter with 34 points compared to Great Britain's 24. If they're able to spot out their worst free throw shooters into the game, which right now, Winterburn is 2 of 6, Ashby 2 of 3, and Harrison 5 of 7. That may help them out. Winterburn, only one of them with some issues. Rob underneath, last touch by Baptiste, as it shaves off about a few tenths of a second on the clock. Great Britain with 13 seconds to shoot on the 24 shot clock. Baptiste nearly takes it away, and she does! It's a turnover on Great Britain. Lebanon, a huge break for them as Savannah Wilkinson is pleading her case to one of the officials. What a break for Lebanon. Baptiste doing an exceptional job on defense, and it looks like she did not touch it last. So Lebanon will take some time up to draw up what could be the final play of the game or regulation. We'll take a step aside. A stunning turn of events as Lebanon forces a turnover off the Great Britain inbound. They're going to either go for the tie or to win on a three-point shot. 12 seconds to go as a kill will play it in. She gives it into Baptiste. Baptiste, left side. Baptiste loses control. It's an offensive foul as Savannah Wilkinson holds on to her face. And a heartbreaking situation for Trinity Baptiste and company. But that offensive foul on Lebanon might have capped it off with 7 seconds to go. And now Wilkinson will throw it in. From the side, Winterburn immediately fouled by Amar Mansour. And remember, that's one of Great Britain's worst free throw shooters in the game, but not by much. 2 of 6 at the line. So even if Winterburn splits the pair of free throws, there's still a chance for Lebanon, but they'll have to rush to the end of the floor and try to hit a three to tie it up. Winterburn with 13 points. And she makes the first. Five and 7/10 seconds to go. She misses a second free throw. Last touch. Oh, no. Did Baptiste step on the... She did. She did. 2 cardinal sins from Trinity Baptiste. She went for the rebound, jumped up, tried to save the ball from going out of bounds, but stepped on the line instead. 3 seconds to go. Up ahead, underneath, and Price is right. And that is it. It's all over. Great Britain has survived an incredible comeback from Lebanon in the fourth quarter to defeat Lebanon 77-72 in what has been a heart-stopping, oxygen-needing game from start to finish. Lebanon outscored Great Britain 34-27 in the fourth quarter, but it wasn't enough. With 2 turnovers from Trinity Baptiste in the final 12 seconds, clinched the victory for Great Britain as they now have a 1-1 record, and Lebanon drops to 0-2 in Group D play. Samantha Ashby ended up with 15 points. Savannah Wilkinson, the top scorer for Great Britain, with 16. And Holly Winterburn has to be the player of the game for Great Britain. 14 points, 11 assists, and 1 rebound shy of a triple-double. Leading the way for Lebanon, Trinity Baptiste with 24 points and 7 rebounds. And Rebecca Kill in a losing effort, 14 points, 9 assists, and 6 rebounds. Great Britain edging Lebanon by 15 off the glass, 45-30. 22 of those came from the offensive glass. What a finish we have just witnessed in Group D competition. Great Britain will look forward to Rwanda tomorrow, and Lebanon will face Argentina in the final day of group competition. Your final score in this group game: Great Britain 77, Lebanon 72. Great Britain moves up to 1-1 in the Group D ladder, and Lebanon drops to 0-2. Coming up next, Rwanda versus Argentina to see who will go 2-0 in Group D competition. We leave you with highlights from what has been a scintillating, sensational game between Great Britain and Lebanon. This be Aaron Sanders. Lots more to come right here from the FIBA Women's World Cup pre-qualifiers from the Kigali Arena in Lebanon. Stay with us.